People, day 8 is here. Guess what? This is night because I had a call. I am on call this week, and I had a self-tool, meaning a high severity incident that stopped me from running from 5 to 9. So now I'm out trying to get my steps for the day. Oh no! I have a problem. I left my watch. But it's okay. Today is not gonna be the best day, but as long as you continue and you keep pushing. So I don't know anything, just me and you today. I don't know the running, the beats per minute, and it's not gonna be an hour, but at least we start. So we keep the habit going. Alright? So the fit today is gray black top, red shorts, basketball shoes, and an orange, beige, brown, whatever color I want to call it, rucksack. We outside! People. Remember, before I start, you have to smash the like button, destroy the subscribe button, and run up and down in the comments. Yeah, man. One of my videos have 50 views. I am so shocked. Thank you all for watching. I don't know which 50 people watching it. I don't know. But I have 50 views on it. One of the shorts. Another video, the longer format video, they have 30 views and 18 views. So that's 18 people who care to go like my stuff, which is very nice. There's a dog barking at me. I don't know why. Woo. Well, it's because I'm running. Some dogs are afraid of running. Some dogs are nice and want to run with you. Woo. We outside, everybody. We are outside. We are outside. We are outside. We are outside. I run to where the light is so you guys can see me. Also, a nice little flat area at the mall. Yep. TNT supermarket coming soon. I think has been a long time coming. Actually, y'all, I'm gonna take you to a spot that I like, and you guys won't be guessing where it is. Guess where this place is that I'm going. It's not a park. It's not anything. It's a corporation. But I'm going to show you how nicely they have it out there. Company. Guess the company in the chat. It's close by here. I had a very good view at night. So we're gonna run go up there. Yep. How much minutes? 4 minutes gone. 4 minutes gone. So today, y'all, I want to tell you about something that's very cool. There's this thing called Notebook LM. It's a Google product. I know you guys know I work at Microsoft, but I'm still a consumer sometimes. Still burn out a lot of the corporations. It's one of the dilemmas of being a young worker in this young world. How do you align your values with where you work? Sometimes you have a sense of empowerment that you have an impact, and sometimes you have a sense of alienation about things that you don't feel like you have control in. But one of the big things is just meeting other workers who feel the same. I want to make things better and slide conversations here and there with people who not as knowledgeable as stuff. So very interesting. Anyways, you have this thing called notebooklm.google.com, where they launched a new feature. Well, overall, it is this thing where you put your sources, the PDF, anything, and you can ask it questions based on the source. But recently they launched something new where they are literally putting the recording, like they have the generator audio based on the source and have it as if it's two people having a conversation about the source. So yeah, it's literally, I put in this book called Database Internals, because a lot of the times you want to know how databases work or how things work on the low level. Database, you can query databases for stuff. You store databases on somewhere, because sometimes you think about it, it's just data that you want to format in a particular way, but it has to be stored somewhere, so it's stored on disk. But how can you have databases stored on disk? And why not just have it as a regular file? Anyways, it went through having the podcast with itself, basically, like it, mimicking one person, it's mimicking a guy and a girl talking about the book, and it's saying, oh, yeah, this is how databases work. You have this thing where you have a storage engine, and one of the big things about storage is that you want to store it efficiently so that you can read and write efficiently on disk. So there's this thing called a B tree, where you have an algorithm with how values get moved around from disk to memory, so that you can do efficient reads to memory, and then when you write through to the disk. And then talk about LSM trees, which is another storage mechanism. I use this thing called write log, I think, that you write efficiently and more quickly than with B trees. Still going to read more into it, because I haven't actually read the book yet, but it's pretty interesting how it is set up, you know what I mean? Oof, underneath this thing here. Talking about use cases of databases, sometimes you have row-oriented databases and column-oriented databases, and go through all that. Yeah, but one downside, of course you have downsides, is that the recording that it does, you don't have any control of how long and how the summary is, how detailed it goes. I wish that you had control over that. It was 10 minutes long, 10 minutes podcast about an overview of the book, but it picked up, I feel like different generations of it going to focus on different topics, which you can expect with something that randomized. Yo, you hear the car, man? Heavy. Yes, my boy. Yeah, so focus on the LSM chapter and the B2 chapter, and that's an overall summary, and it took 10 minutes. But it's gonna be interesting to know how you can actually start customizing that stuff. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. But we're outside, yeah. We're running, we're jogging. For this AI stuff, I've been you know, OpenAI came up with this thing called um oh, GPT 01, where it uses reinforcement learning on top of the regular LLM that they do. So what they do is they break it up into train of thought, where the regular output that you would see as large language models is just predicting what word is coming next, and etc etc, using the transformer model, which is something that I haven't really gotten into, but I need to read more about and read the papers. But for the reinforcement learning, it's a little bit more straightforward, where you have humans labeling. Well, it's based on setting up a model where you have rewards and penalties, and on the training data set, where you label if the model is doing well by saying, oh, this is correct and this is incorrect, you get a penalty. And then you have the test data set where it learns from itself. So we did this in a course at university. It was actually, funnily enough, a natural language processing course, but it wasn't using the transformer model. It's just this reinforcement learning stuff. Anyways, how this thing works is that it has a train of thought, where that train of thinking about a particular problem, like problems that there's clear answers to, like math and physics, which is a lot of the times just breaking down big concepts into smaller concepts, aka addition, subtraction, multiplication. Yeah, so from each part of the train of thought, humans go in and decide, oh, was this more correct or not in your train of thinking, and the model comes out much better because we're more involved in the process of, okay, this is right, go down this path, and then based on that previous part of the train, we'll talk about the next one. So if you want to say, go find the derivative or something, say, oh, first thing, derivative, rate of change, and then say, okay, this is what you do next, and this is what you do next. If the first part of the chain was saying, oh, rate of change, or I didn't say rate of change at all, say, hey, derivative is when you minus x, we would give a penalty to that, versus actually saying, yo, rate of change at a time that is so small, y over x, meaning, you know, the function at that point, where that point reaches 0 or an infinitely small number. No, regular calculus question, and that would lead to you getting the right answer, and then the whole sum of the whole thing also brings you the full answer anyways. So that's how they train that model, and it's cool. Still haven't read the paper, but I might use the paper and put it inside the notebook LM and read that or listen to that, which is very funny. I've been because I wasn't a student who was very academic in terms of like research stuff. I found papers hard to read. But one of my first papers that I read from cover to cover and look at the data set and all that was this paper called Algorithmic Facial Bias or something like that, by Joy Boy Boa Lawami. She's a Nigerian. Boy, that want me. Um, look at her. She has a Netflix thing. Talking about it as well. It was just about how they realized doing a audit of all the facial recognition algorithms that the darker skin tone you are and the more female your facial structure is, quote unquote, it does a worse performance on doing facial recognition on that face. So as such, there's a lot of false positives against other people. So like, for example, if police is using that, they'll get false positives. And if you were at a crime scene based on a camera that they ran some facial recognition algorithm on, picked up somebody that was in crime, or just say, oh, you were there when you weren't. It's wild. That's like real term detrimental effects of quote unquote innovation. So that's why you need representation in these type of things, because without it, these things get passed behind. And yeah, because of the paper, the companies did better when it came to their models and trying to look out for those biases. But same thing now with AI and LLM. Where are you going to use this? What are the use cases for this? And how will it impact people who are typically marginalized by society as a whole? And how are you ensuring that those things are protected? Even when it comes to like harassment, or you can use AI to talk as a counselor, but then that same counselor telling you, say, hey, just, finish the job. Those are things that you have to think about if you're a developer or any kind of architect within this software world. Or else you're going to perpetuate the same foolishness as society does. So one big person that I follow on LinkedIn is Timnit Gebru, who was an AI researcher at Google. They are basically saying, hey, a lot of this thing is hype. There are a lot of real cases like autocomplete and transcribing for journalists and all that stuff. That was helpful, but we need to be mindful as well as we push off this whole LLM thing. And she's a real critical of a lot of the Silicon Valley just gung-ho mentality of going into things without any reservation. Anyways, y'all, check this out. Where am I? This is the company, and I love how it looks. Up here, just nice and pretty, pink. A lot of people love them pink. This is the company called T-Mobile. See the T sign? So I usually come up here sometime whenever somebody come in from Seattle and I want to show them places close to my house. One of the places I bring them to is up here because it's pretty. People, big screen, computer and all that. Look at the trees, even the trees are pink. There's reflectors down there hitting up on the trees. Yeah, the Sky Bridge, and down there is the actual T-Mobile shop, where if there was a gondola, you just go down there. LOL. Yeah, this is it. Company functions and all that up here. Nice little benches. Nice decor. The decor is very demure. LOL. Yeah man, we outside. You know the people them outside. Oh no! Whoa yo! Bad boy. We in the hometown. We in them hometown. We in them hometown. I just got a message. Anyways, I'm going to go back down to the flats. We just run up in the hills. We there on a hillside. And we don't know how to talk to. Oh, I'm hearing a bugger sound. Let me turn back. What's that? Oh, they're cleaning the roads. Oh, I thought that only happened in the winter. They do clean off the snow. Oh, that's why all the roads are always so clean. That makes sense. We're 22 minutes in, y'all. We have a problem. My phone is saying only 30 minutes left because of storage. Forgot to delete the video from yesterday. So it's running up the storage bill. Capacity down. Sometimes when I'm running, I forget that on video. Oh, okay, run this way. It's nasty. Like I get sick, you know. It's kind of cold out here. We in the mobile hometown. Yeah, they need to pay me for this. This is free advertising. It's not good. Oh no. I'm getting a call. 25 minutes now. Yes, people. I'm being invited to an event down in Seattle. So, I might cut it early today. Actually, you might come with me. Oh my gosh. 25 minutes left because only 50 minutes of storage time. But that's what's up, my peeps. That's what's up. What did we talk about? We talked about notebook LM. Talk about bias in the AI. I showed the team over here. Run up in them hometown. Run in the hometown. If you were to think about people, type of people and archetypes, I would think about archetype as I was just thinking like, wow, this whole process of videoing yourself, this is already like a lot to just video. Going home and then editing and all that stuff. I can't bother that. That's why I do this long form 1 hour post. But like the type of people are like creators, you have doers, you have planners, you have consumers. People who just consume. which you need. Yeah. Creative people, you have the doers, you have the planner. I don't want it in my head. Create a planner, doer, consumer, and organizer. No wait, that's the planner. Huh, what's the other art? I think I'm the planner, bro. Like the organizer, not necessarily the planner. Because I wasn't do the planning actually had to just mold that skill through practice, which is what you do for everything, to be honest. Or a commentator, yeah. You have a creator, you have a planner, you have a doer, and you have a commentator. Because you need somebody to talk about the stuff that the people creating. So the chatterboxes, that's like me. I'm the planner, the chatterbox, and sometimes I do. Creative now is like what I wish I was. And I respect so much. Creator, planner, doer, commentator, consumer. Huh, interesting. Does that make sense to you? What are you? And what I wouldn't even say what are you. I don't like the whole drop in a box and that's it. But what do you ascribe to be? What are you strong in now? And what do you want to develop? Or what do you want to be less of? Or do less of in this moment? I hate simplistic narratives. Today I watched a lecture about civil rights, main narrative around pop-up civil rights leaders, pop up this, pop up that. I'll post it on my social media, but it's talking about how people just view civil rights as this thing that was just centered around the law, around integration and all that stuff, but it was much deeper than that, around freedom. Black people were talking about freedom, the struggle of freedom, human rights, and it just got boiled down to, oh, you wanted to vote, you wanted to get into white schools. But getting into white schools wasn't just about integrating, because it was like enough people never really care. It's about getting access to tax dollars that you know that once white people are there, probably tax dollars will go there because black people were being so undertaxed. But when you talk about non-violence was like a strategic objective and not necessarily something that was so innately like, oh, I have to do it. It was more a strategic thing because everybody, you had the guns as a southerner at the time, but these laws were everywhere. So people just kind of boiled things down to like, oh, everybody non-violent. It was just about the law, and then the bad people were the people were bad. It was not like that at all. It was more complex, nuanced, and the narrative has to be about the real radical strategy, the black people from straight back, and black nationalism and all that. So it was very interesting. It was about solidarity within the race of people. Oh my gosh. I am 35 minutes in. And I'm tired as a hog. Who tell them say hog tired? I see hogs running all over the place. No. 2 more minutes. Okay, people, big up on yourself. Thank you all for watching the video. We're outside, we have 15 seconds left. But I just gotta say big up on yourself as usual. Stay thriving. Keep believing. Don't stop believing. Alright, bless up. Much love.